We'll go to Har.
Hi, Brian. This is Har with Daily Hive up here in Vancouver. I have a few questions for you. When did you find out about your move to Vancouver, and what were your initial thoughts on the big trade? Thank you.
So I found out Tuesday night. It came as a little bit of a surprise to me because I hadn't heard about any possible moves really from my agent beforehand. But when I found out, honestly, my first reaction was excitement because, the one time I had been to Vancouver, I loved it there. And it looked like a great opportunity for me career-wise. So, my first reaction was like, I think this is going to be a good situation for me, and hopefully I can, come in and contribute to the team.
What kind of player striker are you? What are your assets, and what can fans expect to see from you? Obviously, you're a striker and you score goals, but what else?
Yeah, I think I pride myself on being able to hold the ball up and, create space for other guys with my runs and movements and stuff. I like to get on the ends of crosses and, make little diagonal cuts and runs in the box. So, I like to be active in the box. When the ball's in there, I sniff it out and try and get on the end of it and put it in the back of the net.
Now, as a New Jersey native, I understand Jake Nerwinski a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
How far back does that go? And what was your initial chat and conversation with him when the trade went down? Obviously, you must be excited to have another New Jersey guy on the team.
Yeah, I think I initially met Jake a couple years ago. In New Jersey, the soccer circle is pretty small, so we would get together with a bunch of other, pros and college kids in the area and play pickup soccer in the off season. So that was the first time I really met Jake and became friends with him. And then, my initial reaction or conversation with Jake was, he was very positive about, how cool Vancouver is as a city, how I want to fit into this team and this organization. So it's been there were positive chats from the start and really helped me get excited for the move out here.
I believe you scored a goal against the Whitecaps at Red Bull in your first full season. What do you remember about that game and just playing against the Whitecaps and seeing them as an opposition or throughout the league?
Yeah, and I scored 2019 against Vancouver at home, and Vancouver was I debuted against them back in 2018. I've always liked the way they played, possession-based team, and I'm just excited. I think I'll fit in well, and I'm looking forward to getting out on the field.
Thank you very much. I'll let someone else ask a question.
Thank you, Har. We'll go to Josh now.
Joshua Griffith, Sports Talk Line up here on Vancouver Island. Brian, you've spent most of your career out on the East Coast. What is it like just personally for you to now move to Utah for a little bit and then have to up route again and go to Vancouver for the remainder of the season?
Yeah, honestly, it was a little difficult at the start. This will be the first time I've ever really lived away from home besides my time in college. Growing up in New Jersey, playing in New Jersey. So yeah, it'll be a little bit of an adjustment, but I'm excited to, experience something different, Utah and completely different than Jersey. And then Vancouver is going to be a completely different experience than New Jersey. So I think it's going to be good for me to experience, different cities, different environments. I'm really excited about it.
Obviously, you've had your, own season with the New York Red Bull to worry about, but have you seen much of Vancouver's play this year, of Marc Dos Santos's tactics? What do you make of that, and how do you think he'll be a fit in the squad?
Yeah, honestly, being in the East Coast, I haven't watched too many games from the West Coast, but when I found out the trade, I watched a couple of the highlights, and just from being in training and the video sessions, I like how it's very possession based. It's very slow the game down, control the game, and wait for the right moments to find our opportunities to attack the goal. And I think for me, that's kind of the way I like to play soccer. It's how I enjoy it. And, I think it's going to be, a good fit for me. And I think I'll slide in well.
Thanks a lot, Brian. Welcome to the club and best of luck.
Thank you.
Thanks, Josh. We'll go to Sam.
Yeah. Hi, Brian. Welcome to Vancouver, at least in spirit for now, from SB Nation. In terms of, you talked a little bit about the play style and maybe that it wasn't something you'd heard a lot about prior to the move. What was that initial conversation with Marc Dos Santos or Axel Schuster like about the role they expected you to fill within the team? Because I think a lot of people out there were maybe surprised that a striker was brought in. There's certainly already a decent slot of guys on the roster. So what was that conversation like, and what do you understand your role to be going forward this season?
Yeah, my initial conversation was I'm coming and competing for a spot to, play a lot. And with, the international breaks this summer, and there's going to be a lot of opportunities to fight for a position to be in the starting team and get a lot of minutes. So, I'm really excited for that opportunity, and, I'm really going to work hard to, earn my spot on the field.
And just a second quick one for me, Vancouver has made pretty significant strides in terms of holding more possession this season, but getting that final ball into the box has been a bit of a challenge. Is that something where you can thrive still on limited opportunities, or could you also be part of, linking up with other forwards and creating more of those final balls as well?
Yeah, I think through my career, I've shown that, I don't always get the most amount of, service. I get a couple of chances here and there, and, I try and stay as alert as possible for that, that one moment. As a forward, you got to be aware you're not going to always get a whole bunch of chances in a game. So when you get the one chance, you have to be ready. And yeah, and I do think I'm able to, at the Red Bulls, we were playing with two forwards and being able to play with another guy up front. And I think, it's going to be a good situation. I think I'll be able to connect well with other guys and try and create more opportunities going forward.
Thanks, Brian.
Thank you, Sam. And we'll go back to Har for a couple more questions.
Thanks, Brandon. I have a couple of quick questions. I noticed you changed your number. Did they assign that new number to you, or what's the meaning behind that?
No, it was my original number that I had chosen at Duke. And then when I had gone to the Red Bulls, 24 was already taken. So I had flipped it around, and, it was open again. So I decided to go back to it.
I did a bit of research online. Now I'm trying to see, is your nickname, just a second. Is your nickname B-Dub or Whitey? What's behind that? Who came up with your nickname there?
I think a couple guys have called me B-Dubs at Red Bull, but for most of my life, everyone's kind of called me Whitey wherever I went. So that's
Thanks,
probably
Brian.
my most popular nickname. Yeah.
Good luck with the Whitecaps.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Har, and thank you everyone for the questions today. Thank you, Brian. Have a good day.
Thank you.